So MiHoYo has officially unveiled the Yoimiya character and weapon event banners, and it's something. I'm a self-proclaimed professional Yoimiya simp, and I have been since we were very first shown the character by MiHoYo, but I gotta say, I'm not too excited to pull on the banners, for a number of reasons. Before I begin though, disclaimer, if you really want Yoimiya or Sayu or whoever from this banner, then pull. Don't let me discourage you, I'm just discussing why I think this is a rather weak banner and an unfortunate release for Yoimiya. To start, we have the 4-star character rate-up pool with Sayu, Diona, and Shinyan. Now, while we already know Diona is an amazing support character, and we can assume from what we know that Sayu will be a strong character too, these characters have next to zero compatibility with Yoimiya herself. Yoimiya is a character who needs to really consider what reactions she's going for in a team given her high ICD, and unfortunately, Swirl and Melt, especially from these two 4-stars, is just not reliable damage. Plus, you can outperform both of these characters' purposes on a Yoimiya team by instead using Bennett, and on that note, you can replace Shinyan with Bennett as well. Shinyan is a pretty average 4-star, and though she's probably the most suited for a Yoimiya team on this banner, she is, as I said, completely outclassed by Bennett, and even Xiangling if you'd rather just play aggressively. Now that's not to say that these characters, namely Diona and Sayu, can't be good pulls. In fact, they're great pulls if you can get them, but if you're not explicitly pulling for Yoimiya, you'd be safer off pulling for them on standard banner, or even just waiting for their next raid ups. On the flip side, if you are pulling for Yoimiya, none of these characters fit very well into Yoimiya's playstyle at all. The point is, Yoimiya's banner 4-stars don't do her justice, and can easily be replaced by other team members that do a much better job at supporting Yoimiya. For example, Beto's last appearance on a banner was the same as Shinyan's, which was Eula's banner roughly 2 months ago. Beto has arguably been decided to be an amazing staple burst DPS for Yoimiya, so to see that Shinyan was given the go rather than Beto is a bit disappointing. And beyond that, even Xiangling would have been a decent rate up for Yoimiya given the amazing assistance she provides to Pyro characters, and it's been a while since we've seen Xiangling in a banner, so once again, it's a bit disappointing and kinda surprising that we didn't see her here. As for Yoimiya's Epitome Invocation, or the weapon banner, it's arguably even worse than her character banner. Thundering Pulse, Yoimiya's signature weapon, is an absolutely amazing weapon from what I can tell, and the Skyward Blade isn't the worst weapon you could pull, but the thing about the rest of these weapons is that they suit characters that don't work for Yoimiya. The Favonius Bow is a Diona best in slot, and the Sacrificial Greatsword is a Xingqiu best in slot, and Xingqiu is unfortunately not very good with Yoimiya. Then the Rain Slasher is just not good. Plus, in general, it's usually not a great idea to pull on the weapon banners considering how hard it can be to pull the weapon you want since there are 2 5-stars being rated up rather than 1. But still, I want to reiterate my point from earlier so as to hopefully not anger people too much. This video isn't meant to tell you don't pull on these banners, it's just a look at what could have been done better and what to think about before pulling, if you've decided you are. And at the end of the day, if you really like Yoimiya or the 4-stars or any of the weapons, you should totally pull. But for people wanting to play safe with their Primogems and get the most bang for their buck, I unfortunately softly recommend skipping this banner. But yeah, that's all for this one. If you want to keep up with my content or just general Genshin news, guides, and updates, feel free to subscribe and/or join my Discord server. The link to that is down below.